thank you for coming in.
It's good to be here.
Matthew Perry found dead in his hot tub at his home last October. His death caused by, quote, the acute effects of ketamine. 5 people have been charged. These are federal charges. They're not messing around with this.
Lori, they're not. 5 people charged in a conspiracy to overprescribe and provide ketamine, a very dangerous and heavily regulated drug, to Matthew Perry.
The 2 doctors here, among those 5 that have been charged, have been allowed to reopen their clinics. We just learned about that today. How is that possible?
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether the requirement for their pretrial release in federal court when you're arrested, release is closely monitored, whether they're allowed to prescribe drugs. Typically, you'll see a criminal prosecution like we see here and a parallel state action with the agency charged with overseeing and monitoring doctors, much like the Tennessee Board of Health. But Lori, for all its complexity, the law is very simple and straightforward. Under the leading federal statutes, 841 and 846, the jury is going to be tasked with finding whether the drugs were prescribed in the ordinary course of a professional practice for necessary medical purposes. So think about that. Pretty simple. Were they prescribed in a way that was reasonable? Was it prescribed in a manner for somebody that had a medical necessity?
Not when you read the text messages from the doctor.
Wow, it's not the FBI, it's not the DEA. Yeah. The most powerful weapon in the courtroom typically is your own smartphone. And in this case, smartphone is an oxymoron because the texts between doctors were read at a press conference by the U.S. attorney in that district. And Lori, here's what it said. I wonder how much this moron will pay. Matthew Perry is as famous for being an actor as he is for his battle with addiction. I mean, his autobiography, I listened to it on audiobooks.
I did too, heart-wrenching.
To hear him talk about that lifelong struggle, and then to have doctors that are charged with helping just basically prey upon him, and with their own words. How much would the moron pay?
That's going to be front and center of the prosecutor's case.
Oh, the opening argument's already been written, and it's written by the doctors. But a very unfortunate situation. These charges carry, now these are minimums, and it could go much higher with the death involved, 10 to 15 year statutory minimums. Wow. But you know, the epidemic is just not limited to California and Matthew Perry and concierge doctors. In Tennessee last year, 461 people lost their lives based on opioid overdoses. More people are killed in the U.S. By opioids than car wrecks. Think about it.
We will think about that. That is so sobering. All right, Greg, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don?
All right, thank you very much, Lori. If you have a legal question, you can send it to AskIsaacs@WATE.com. And remember, we talk with Greg every Wednesday at 5:30 right here on 60 On Your Side News. Now,